Hi, this is Winnie with Next Level Board Games, and today we're going to unbox Transmissions, a game by Adam West with artwork by Matt Dixon. So let's find out what's inside. So first we have the rule book, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be super complicated. I don't think it's that challenging of a game, but it's got really cool artwork. Check out the cool artwork. Okay, and then an expansion piece from Kickstarter. Okay, looks like a cassette tape to me, but it's probably not what it is. Then we have a bunch of pipes, and those are going to be something that we're going to build as we're playing, and they're going to get us victory points. And these pop out really easily. We're going to put them together, and looks like there's two different types of connectors, so we'll have to make sure we get the right ones. So see, you can see there's small ones and there's big ones and there's male and female. So definitely you have to pay attention to those when you acquire those as you're playing. And then the victory points, there's definitely different victory points. So if you're not able to build it, you don't get to keep all the victory points. You get less, but you still get some. So that's nice. And here's a bunch more pipes. Definitely there's little butterflies and birds, and I'm not exactly sure how those work, but I know that they have something to do with scoring. So you want to be paying attention for those. And then there's our starter pipes and some of our item cards we can get. Those are cute. More item cards, all kinds of different stuff. Different little things you can collect. Definitely if you do sets, you get more points for them. So that's kind of cool. And some victory points and some stuff that has to do with the add-on expansion from Kickstarter, and some idea tiles, because our robots are going to have ideas. And this part is definitely part of the expansion from Kickstarter, the exclusive. Not sure how those work though. We'll have to find out. And then a bunch more idea tiles. Lots of idea tiles. Our robots have all kinds of things in mind, clearly. And definitely different little unique things you can do, like be able to move backwards and, you know, collect different things. You get to collect extra stuff, and just depends on what you add to your robot and when you use them. That's how you get to activate those. And then the player board. Let me move this out of the way. So then the player board. Let's open this up. This is nice and big. Okay. Oh wow. So all different spots for your robots to go. Here's the pipe section. This is where some of those pipes are going to get stacked up, and then you'll be able to collect them when you land on a spot near them. And there's always going to be like 4 that you can choose from. So that's kind of cool. And then also some idea tiles. Those are going to go over here. And then also we have our items, which will go underneath of those. And this would be filled up. There would be 4 of each one that you would have the potential to get at any one time. And apparently if you... Oh yeah, oh right, that's right. We're missing the cards for the forest. Okay, where are those at? Where did those go? I didn't see them. I wonder where those are. Okay, well here's our player boards, and they're dual layered. That's cool, I love that. I didn't know they were gonna be dual layered, but that makes it so much easier to use. And here's where Ingram's gonna go up at the top, and then the idea tiles are gonna go down here on the bottom. I think these are all the same. Yeah, they're all the same. That's right, because everybody uses all the robots, so that makes sense. And so if I were to acquire an idea tile, here's where it would go. And same with an item, they would fill up the different robots, and as long as you fill up a whole robots area, you get the victory points for that. So you definitely want to be strategic. So that's kind of cool. And then, what else? Let me set those aside. So there's 4 of those. So these are where the Ingram go at the top. And definitely you can only have so many. You can see that there's a limit to how many of those you can have. So each person can only have like 7 of those at one time. And again, these are all the same, and everybody's working on the same player board. Oh, and so here's the robots. So we've got miniatures, and these are really cool. So they're also color coordinated, and if you look on the player board, you can actually see that they're color coordinated there, as long as there's a picture of them, as in addition to the number of movements you can make with them and their colors. So that's very cool. So there's those 2, and then there's 2 more. Here's the other 2. These are very cool. So there's those. Look how cute those are. So much detail. Super cool. We'll set them over here. And you can see how they match the board. Like I was saying, you can see that they match and their colors match, and then the steps that are on that player board match as well. So it's really pretty easy to tell them apart, but if you weren't sure, you could use the color coordination on the player board to find out. So that's those, and then what else? Oh yeah, did you see the inside the box? Look at the insert. So cool. There's a spot for everything, and there's even a spot for all the different little tokens. That's really cool. Here's a bunch of the different engrams. So there's 4 different ones. There's yellow and green and white and blue, and each one has a shape, a different like symbol on it for what it represents. And there's different areas on the board where you would spend those, and also where you would gain them. Let me see if I can show you what what the side looks like. It's a little hard to see, but they're unique on each one. So like this looks like a leaf because it's from the forest area, the meadow. And then all of them have something on them, and you can see it on the board. It's a little hard to see because it's so small in the picture, but each one, the yellow one has like, looks like little mountains almost, and the white has a circle on it, and the blue has like waves on it like the water. So each one is slightly different and has a different symbol on one side, which is really cool. Then also there are these electricity bolts, and those are collected. Those can be collected as well and used to help you buy cards and things. And you have to spend those when you're trying to get different items, and sometimes in other places, but you can collect those as well. So sometimes when you're getting ideas, you have to use them you always have to use them to buy ideas, as well as when you're buying items. Just depends on the number of them. So you want to collect those as well. Oh, cool. So then there's also a little score sheet tablet. This is really cool. I like that because it's small. There's not a lot of complicated scoring, but it's nice to be able to have one of those. It makes it easy to make sure you remember everything you're trying to track and give people points for. And then little standee tokens, or little standee bases. Probably won't use those inside the miniatures. What else is in the box? So look, there's a spot for all the different pipes and the different ideas and the different items. They're all going to fit in there perfectly. I love that. It's super well thought out insert. That makes me very happy. Here's probably where these different items go. I'll have to wait and see till after I get done popping everything out to see exactly where they fit. Put those back. What else? Where are my forest cards? There's got to be, those have to be somewhere. Did I put them on, let's see, did they fall onto the board somehow? Or where exactly did those go? I can't figure out where they went. I know there's got to be some. They're in the rule book. They're listed. There they are. Hang on. Okay, so they were hidden underneath of one of the little trays. Didn't even realize there was more under here. Okay, so there are a bunch of forest cards. So here's the tray that you can put a bunch of the tokens in, and underneath of that is more stuff. So there's forest cards and, oh, our player cards, duh. Okay, so here's a bunch of the forest cards, and those are going to be things that help you, like when you land on the forest spaces cards that you get 2 each time. You can pick up from either the pile or the discard, and you always get to keep one and choose from 2. So that's kind of up to you how you do that. But that's kind of nice because these are like super helpful cards. Like some are VP and some are plus electricity and all kinds of different things that you can do, that you can gather. But the nice thing is you can pick up, like if somebody pulls 2 really great cards and they have to discard one of them, you can decide that you may just want to pick that one up, but you also get to pick up, from the pile, or you could pick up 2 discards and decide which one you wanted. So it totally depends on what you want to do. Some of these will let you take like another turn or move any robot, different things like that. So they're really helpful cards when you're playing. So landing on those can be super helpful. So there'll always be at least one in the discard, or at least they'll always start with 1 discard, but somebody always has to take 2 cards. So there'll always be at least 1 discard. So here's some more forest cards. Oh, these might be part of the Kickstarter expansion. These look like Tetris. Oh, okay. We'll have to figure out what these mean, but it looks like some sort of patterns. Let's see what it says. Oh, there it is. So if you put your pipes in a certain pattern and you have this card, then you get extra VP for that. Very cool. Okay, we probably won't play our first game like that, but that's cool to know. And then let's see, we have our actual player deck. And so there's 4 sets. This game is for up to 4 people, so there's 4 decks of cards. They're all the exact same cards, but the backs are different for the 4 players. And so everybody's working with the same card, the same abilities the whole game. You always have the same number types of abilities. So here's the back of one of them. Super cool. We love the artwork by Matt Dixon. We've bought other stuff of his in the past and never been disappointed. So continue to do that. Then here's the second one. Really cool. And then the third one. Oh, so cute. Love this artwork. And fourth. Oh, that's probably my favorite. There's the fourth one. So cool. Those are also individual and unique. But again, there's sets of 7 cards, and then on the back side, everybody has the same ability. So that set of 7 is the same for everybody. It's only the back that makes them different, so it's a unique deck. And that's what all 4 look like compared to each other. So they're all completely unique and different and very cool. But again, the other side, so 4 of the cards show the 4 different robots, and so that means you can move that robot if you discard that card. And you can discard, you move them up to as many spaces as on their card. Or if you have one of the other cards that shows locations, you can move any robot that's in that location. So that's pretty cool too, right? So like you can, if you're looking at them and you want to move, you definitely, like you want to move one of the things, you basically, depends on what you're doing, but if you want to move somebody that's on, say, the pipes, and you have the pipes card, then you can move somebody from the pipes. It doesn't matter which robot's there. So those cards are kind of more versatile in the sense that you get to move from a location. It's not really related to the robot itself. So that's kind of cool. So that's how the different decks work. And again, they're all the same. So here's a different deck. It's got the same 7 cards that I just showed you and explained, but just the back's different. That's each player's hand. So as you play, each time you'll always have 3 cards in your hand, and we'll discard 1 to move a robot, and then you'll put that card in the bottom of your stack, and it'll just continue, and you'll just keep drawing 1 new card each time you're at the end of your turn. So you'll always just keep drawing from that deck and have those in the same rotation. So that's everything that's in Transmissions. This looks like a really fun board game. I'm super excited about the miniatures. I love the cards. I love the artwork. And I think it's actually going to be really fun. It's like, what a unique perspective of everybody's moving all the same characters. And so you don't necessarily know what's going to be available on your turn. That actually sounds fun to me because it makes it to where everyone's always having to pay attention, right? You have to be on your toes, like, okay, well, on my turn I could do this or I could do that, but I don't know what's going to be available to me when it's my actual turn. And I kind of like that unpredictability, because I think it keeps people paying attention and engaged with the game. But I also don't think it's going to be overly complex. It's just that it's a challenge, which is kind of fun. I think it's going to be easy to learn and also easy to teach other people. So thanks for watching Next Level Board Games.